Días a todos, muchas gracias por acompañarnos el día de hoy. Este webinar se estará desarrollando en tres idiomas diferentes, español, portugués e inglés, por lo que le sugerimos ir a la parte inferior de su pantalla, seleccionar el icono del globo terráqueo y escoger el idioma de su preferencia. Good morning, everyone. Thank you very much for joining us today. This webinar will be conducted in three different languages, Spanish, Portuguese, and English. So we suggest you go to the bottom of your screen, select the glove icon, and choose the language of your preference. On behalf of the Economic Mission of Israel in Colombia, Mexico, Peru, Chile, Argentina, and Brazil, we would like to extend a warm welcome to this webinar on Israeli technologies for smart and safe cities. In this space, you will have the opportunity to learn about four companies with technological developments that help improve public safety around the world, presenting innovative solutions in areas such as video surveillance, command and control, drones, and critical infrastructure protection. To start, I would like to give the floor to Ohad Sadok, head of the Economic and Trade Mission of Israel in Peru. Ohad, the floor is yours.
Thank you, Juan. Hello, everyone, and thank you for joining us today. As you know or not, Israel is known as a startup nation with one of the highest concentrations of startup in the world. At the same time, it is a small market, which means Israeli companies are global by nature and constantly are looking for international partnerships. On the other hand, many companies in Latin America that are seeking advanced technology are not always fully aware of what Israeli companies have to offer, partly due to the geographical distance and partly because Israel is a small country that is often known more from the news and less from its innovation ecosystem. This is where us, the Israeli economic and commercial missions, come in. We operate worldwide and provide for free professional support to both Israeli and local companies. Our role is to connect you with the right partners. We help you focus on a small number of high quality, relevant connections, saving you time, energy, and money. So our goal is really simple. We would like to create real business opportunities and a true win-win situation for all sides. Having said that, as we all follow the developments in the Middle East, I would like to emphasize that even in a complex and challenging time, right, like we have now, the Israeli companies continue to operate as normal, and even with a stronger commitment to the international partners. So please, thank you for joining again, and I wish you all a very productive session.
Thank you very much, Ohad. Now, I would like to give the floor to Shai Efrat, head of the Defense Tech and Smart City sectors at the Israel Export Institute. Shai, the floor is yours.
Thank you, Juan. Hello, everyone. I'm from Israel. My name is Shai Efrat, as Juan mentioned. I'm leading the Defense Tech, Smart Cities, and the aerospace sectors at the Israel Export Institute. We're a nonprofit organization aiming to assist Israeli companies in the different sectors to find business opportunities and collaborations abroad. We work very closely with the different trade offices, such as the one that Ohad led, and other offices in Latin America. And we are trying to assist the companies. You will hear today 4 companies from my sector that will present from different verticals, such as command and control, drones, project management, video analytics, and all of them are serving as solutions to improve the life in the city, to create safe and smart cities. So I hope it will be of interest for you. Thank you for joining, and thank you to all my colleagues here and to Veronica from my team. And I wish you an interesting session.
Thank you very much, Shai. So now we will begin with the company's presentation. Firstly, I would like to give the floor to Alicia Givers from Liquid 360. Alicia, the floor is yours.
Thank you very much, Juan. I appreciate it. Just going to, sorry. Oops. Okay, here we are. Thank you so much for the opportunity to introduce you to Liquid 360. We are a sole source supplier to the Ministry of Defense. I always thought security worked just like in the movies, but my 5-year-old daughter disappeared in a New York City hotel and security couldn't help me. I saw cameras everywhere, so at the beginning, I wasn't afraid at all. But then security was just couldn't find her. And that's because in the security room, they're looking at a confusing wall of screens. They have no context, so the operator couldn't see my daughter. And this isn't just a story about lost children. When there was an incident at the Washington Navy Yard, it took 4 professional teams 69 minutes to stop a shooter in a building with 160 cameras covering everything in the interior. This is a military base where tens of millions of dollars had been spent on security. But it doesn't matter how much is spent if the solution isn't working. These failures, security failures, cost large businesses $1 trillion a year worldwide. The picture is simply broken. Sure, there are views of the videos and there's a map. There might be license plate readers, facial recognition, radar, analytics, AI, and there's a recording system. But all of these things are showing what's happening and not there's no context in that picture. So let's take a moment and look at the science of why it doesn't work. We've been learning to look through our eyes since we were born. If you look out the window and you see someone moving, if they go behind an obstacle, your eyes will go to where they will next appear automatically, effortlessly, depending on their speed and direction. But if you're looking at a screen and someone goes off the screen, you struggle to understand where to look next. Studies show that after 20 minutes of looking at a wall of screens, the operator experiences cognitive overload. I imagined that we would be able to understand the spaces unseen by the cameras, but these are blind spots just as we experience in driving. And research shows that our brain actively hides those blind spots from us. Finally, when our heart rate rises, we have physiological results. We get tunnel vision, we get tinny hearing, and our small motor skills are diminished. So this really is a big problem. Until now, Liquid 360 transforms that video matrix into a real-life picture for instant understanding. Now, security personnel have a tool that humans are evolved to use and technology that works for them. They can peel off the floors of a multi-story building to see them one by one, or they can make the entire building transparent like an MRI. This would have been amazing when my daughter was lost. We can also integrate with systems like radar, and now a single operator can follow multiple indications effortlessly. Liquid 360 gamifies security, giving security personnel one-glance understanding of the situation that they can instantly deliver to field teams. It's completely intuitive to use. Communication is simplified, reducing risk and taking back the tactical advantage. And because the alerts, analytics, sensors, radar, drones, and even the recording system are in one cohesive contextual picture, operators are in full command of the situation. We cannot overstate the importance of the integration with the recording system. Recording systems are separate and they have special permissions. And it's often the case that access to the recording system is very restricted to protect the integrity of the evidence, which is, of course, very important. Liquid 360 preserves this evidence and makes it accessible to the operator in real time so that when events are missed, they can be reviewed easily and in context with Liquid 360's time slider. Now it's not just about going back to see what happened last night or yesterday, but what happened before 30 seconds or 2 minutes. And the operator can also export the entire scene to any authorized person. Instead of being completely dependent on instructions from the command center, Liquid 360 closes the gap with the field team, making real-time collaboration simple and reducing the risk, and again, increasing the tactical advantage. The complexity and confusion of direction disappears. Instead, the operator in the command center, which is the video you see on your right, can say to the driver, to your left, to your right, ahead of you, behind you. Liquid 360 is an on-premise solution using the customer's existing technology. Everything stays in place, nothing is changed. There is no additional capital cost. Liquid 360 makes it more usable and enables capabilities never before available. Alerts normally just signal the beginning of the event. Liquid 360 delivers the direction of the event. Users love the multi-patented picture enabled by Liquid 360. Now they have context and they can act immediately and more safely. Their teams are much more effective and they can train them much faster. Liquid 360 is on-premise, so it works inside your IT parameters and on your Windows computer or tablet. All we need for configuration are 3 simple pieces of information: a simple structural floor plan of any indoor area, the location of the cameras, and the camera's RTSP, real-time streaming protocol addresses. Liquid 360 is perfect for sites like data centers, critical infrastructure, tech campuses, stadium, as well as security, city security, and even defense. Liquid 360 has been proven in the field and that recognition is growing. We're already working with companies, channel partners in the US and Israel, and we would very much like to partner with companies in your countries. You may be wondering what happened to my daughter. I was incredibly lucky. I found her as she was leaving the hotel. A few more seconds, I would have missed her completely and she'd be out in the city alone. That should never happen. Liquid 360 provides contextual video, enables immediate action, saves lives and property. Thank you so very much for your attention.
Thank you very much, Alisa. And now I would like to give the floor to Alon Svirsky from Copter Pits. Alon, the floor is yours.
Thank you, guys. I'm very happy to be here. I will share my screen. Can you see my presentation? Okay, great. So nice meeting you. I'm one of the co-founders of CopterPix. CopterPix is a system house that involved in projects and in manufacturing and developing multi-rotor drones, mainly in defense, but we are dual use. What is unique about our multi-rotor drones that we have state-of-the-art technology. It means 360 degrees. It's not just the drone, it's the hardware, the mission planning, security, communication, all in one place. We have the best performance. I mean, And just I will show you later on, but we have a very good performance, flight times, and capability of taking any payload. We have few patents that will be next generation hybrid solution drones. And we are also an aerial operator, so we actually can do and deploy any place, anytime, do the training, do the evaluation, testing, and everything. Our leader teams combines between technology. So myself, I'm one of the co-founders. I'm a system engineer, and my colleague Eli Sayaga, our CTO, is one of the leading guys in the aerospace ecosystem of drones. Our CEO and also chairman, Mr. Shachar Kachai, used to be a brigadier general, the head of the technology and logistic in the IDF. And in our advisory board was also Kobi Barak. He used to be the major general of all command forces in Israel. So together we bring very advanced solution. Everything is combat proven. Everything has more than thousands mission beyond enemy lines. We won two big tenders. The first tender is a multi-rotor drone for the IDF up to 25 kilo. It's a family of drone with outstanding performance. As I told you, all special forces, all kinds of solution are all there. Another big tender that we won, it's a tender with as a subcontractor with IAI. In this solution, it's a huge tender, like $500 million altogether. So we provide all aerial system. It's based on our unique hybrid solution. It's a drone with a small generator that can take 8 kilo for 3 hours. This is a performance of a fixed wing. What is unique about our solution? Part of the performance, everything is robust and with navigating with no GPS. This is the major problem. All anti-counter drones are using all kind of system to block the GPS. A proof solution with a combat experience for navigating with no GPS whatsoever. We have very advanced cameras with with one of our partners, Next Vision, with analytics, very advanced analytics. We have a very small sound sandbox, so the drones are very quiet. And we have a full redundant. So we had during this war many cases that our drone were shot and still managed to return back home with no one engine, no one probe, current on with the mission. Some solution. So you see here a system based with M16. It's a shooting drone, very accurate. We sold those systems to the Emirates and Singapore. Very advanced system, very robust. Other solution, crowd management system. So all kinds of tear gas capsules. So you have a solution even that we sold in Japan, in Sierra Leone, in Serbia. So these kinds of mainly homeland security, police, and so on. We introduce our new folded drone. This is part of the IDF. We have already a few cells also abroad in US, Germany, and Denmark. What is unique about this drone, it's very small. It replaces a fixed wing and have the same performance. This drone can fly for 2 hours. If you compare it to any drone this size on the market, they won't take more than 40 minutes with day-night camera. If you take full capacity payload with any payload up to 5 kilo, we can do more than 1 hour. It means like 30 kilometers. Other solution, as I told you, this hybrid solution, this is very unique. You won't find many companies that are using that. Actually, we deploy a small generator on the drone. The drone is electric, and this drone can fly with 8 kilo, like 3 hours, like 75, 80 kilometers. With day-night camera, we can do more than 150 kilometers. This is really unique. If you compare what is on the market as UAVs, all kinds of fixed wing, VTOL, autonomous helicopters, they are very expensive, very difficult to operate. In order to take the payload that we can take with this drone, 9 kilo, if you take a VTOL, it has to have a wind spin of something like 4 meters. So it's very huge. You need a team. The training is very complex. With our drones, you can fly it less 5 days and you are an expert. We have tether drone. This is like a pole because drone take a lot of power. So what we had a power converter on the ground. This drone can go up to 100 meters and can stay there for 24/7. It can be command remotely. So in case you identify a threat, let's say 2 kilometers from the cable, you click on a button, the drone release the cable and carry on for 1 hour, like 30 kilometers. We have also a drone in a box solution. This is the smallest in the world. It's based on micro drone, a small drone below the regulation weight in most countries. So you don't have to have any license in order to operate this. This is valid for patrol and perimeter surveillance for site up to 5 kilometers of perimeter. If the perimeter is larger, you can deploy more than one station, and it's full autonomous. The drone do the inspection, return back home, land autonomously, charge itself, and carry on for another mission. If you compare it to another solution, you will see all other solutions are huge, big, very difficult to deploy. You need to have infrastructure in place. With our solution, very easy. You can charge it from the car and deploy it anywhere. We have all kinds of kamikaze drones, so all kinds of one-way drone with explosive. And what is unique about our drone that we have a targeting mechanism. So actually, you don't need to fly it. You just have to take it on air. Once you identify a target, like you see here, a car, you click on a button and the drone will fulfill its mission autonomously. This car is driving like 60 kilometers per hour. We have our new solution, which is a mothership. It's on experience with DDR&D, which is the developing division of the Israeli MOD. So actually, we carry a series of 4 drones, and it's equipped with a laser designator and a laser seeker. The small drone has a laser seeker, doesn't have to have any communication, any GPS, nothing, just the laser seeker. The mothership can do the patrolling, can do the surveillance. One is identify threat. He designate the threat with the laser designator and release the drone, full autonomous, really very unique and very powerful. So if I will summarize, we have a variety of solutions for border patrol, for perimeter control, all kinds of payload that we can carry, offensive, defensive. We have a drone in a box solution. Everything is battle proven, combat proven, with thousands of missions beyond enemy lines. And now, which may be relevant also for LATAM, we are deploying a very advanced system that will be able to operate in high altitude and low temperature. This is a project that we do in India, in Ladakh, which is in the north. So usually drone cannot fly more than 2,000 meters above sea level. Those drones will be able to fly 5,000 meters beyond sea level. So thank you very much. If you have any question, I'll be more than happy to elaborate. If I will summarize, we introduce a very advanced drone, very complicated solution, and we can support and customize any solution for your needs. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Alon. We remind you that if you have any question, you can write them in the Q&A section at the bottom of your screen. So now I would like to give the floor to Will Neer from Lumana. Will, the floor is yours.
Thank you very much, Juan. Hello, everyone. I'm excited to talk to you today. I wanted to explain a little bit about what we do here at Lumana. So Here at Lumana, we are an AI detection company that is going to use a camera feed in order to tell you if there's something that's happening that you want to change. So we can either use existing camera feeds that you have currently, or we can supply cameras for you. So we're very agnostic and we can fit with whatever solution that you have currently. I think what's most important is to know that we are a combined hardware and software company. That makes it a lot easier for us to process the data from your cameras. We have many leaders of industries who already trust us for their security, including cities in Israel, where we've been able to help to find missing children, but also non-emergency situations for companies that just need to make sure that their operations are working. Like, for example, McDonald's. With McDonald's, we often help with making sure that folks have washed their hands before they go to the kitchen, to the grill. So I think the most difficult thing about existing camera solutions today is that you just can't get the information that you need at the time that you need it. Surveillance, the point of surveillance is to collect information and then to use that information to change something so that you can manage your resources, manage people in a better way, and turn a good day into a better day, or to turn a bad day into a good day. So what we want to solve here at Lumana then is to use our AI detection software to understand what it is that's happening in your environment that you then want to address. And we're going to do this in a way that doesn't allow a human being to miss something, and instead empowers AI technology to do this for you. So one of the things that we do really well is gun detection. And a great example is this video where we've got folks that are driving by really rapidly past our screen, and one of them actually has a rifle strapped to his back, which you can see in this photo here. I didn't see it the first time I watched this video, but there around 5 or 6 seconds, you can see that there's a person on the motorcycle with a gun strapped to his back. So that's exactly what we want to do here at Lumana, is to make sure that this monitorization, the monitoring service that's happening, is done by AI, so that way you can be sure that there's nothing that gets missed as you study this video. This is basically the way that the solution works. We take the information from the camera, we process it through our core. We use the cloud as well to speed up the processing time, and then we deliver that down to your devices so that you can get alerts in the moment that something happens that you need to address. And I think that one of the most important areas in terms of government, why this is so important, is because not only for emergency situations does this matter, but also for operations. So what we can do here at Lumana is we can not only recognize when there's an ongoing event that needs to be reported to police, for example, somebody drew a gun or there's a fight going on, but even during investigations, so that we can find faces for people that you're looking for or vehicles that you're looking for. And even in cases where we've got, say, a broken water line in the middle of a city and the street is flooding, we could recognize that and send an alert to your team so that you can go and address it. So the way that this works is that you can just quickly and easily search for a person. You can do this based on their face. You can do this based on the characteristics that the person has. So we could look for their face. We could look for a particular gender. We can look for somebody who's an adult versus a child. And then, you know, if we're imagining just a vague description that was given to us by a witness who saw an event that we need to go investigate, we can use that vague description. Okay, this was a male person, and he was wearing maybe black pants, but a shirt that was blue. And so we'll get results for that. I also should have said the time range that I'm looking for is 6 weeks. And the camera systems, I want to use all the camera systems that are available. So now we'll get a bunch of results that match this vague description. And then as I take a look at these videos, what I can do next is track this person as they move not only through this camera field, but the other cameras that I have set up around my city. So this is the way that I can quickly and easily find the person that I'm looking for. He's about to move into frame. Oh, there he is. All right. But the other thing that's really important here is the way that you can define things specifically based on what you're looking for, things that we haven't quite defined ourselves. So one of the examples that we use is, folks that are easily definable by, say, a working uniform. And we can train our solution to recognize those uniforms. You can decide which kinds of uniforms actually match what you're looking for and which do not. I think I have too many options here, but the idea is that you'll be able to quickly and easily recognize these folks that have the uniforms that you're looking for, and you can train the camera to look for those specific attributes of that uniform. If it's a yellow vest that city workers wear who you're looking to monitor, we can train on that yellow vest. And then you'll set up alerts based on those definitions that you give our system. So that way what we can say then is if a delivery person is in an area for too long, if a car is parked in an area outside of an embassy, outside of a municipal building or a state building, we want to move the car along. So we'll get an alert then that a car is spending too much time in that area and send that to your police so that way you can deal with it. When you create an alert, what's excellent about that is that you have the ability then to create something that is really custom, so that way you can move down a chain of events. Once you see an alert happening, you can then send the next priority for the actions that your folks need to take. And in this way, we're able to empower you to deliver those city services that your citizens need. Thank you, Juan.
Thank you very much, Will. So now I want to give the floor to Leo Gleser from ISDS. Leo, the floor is yours. Leo?
Leo, can you hear us? Okay, maybe we can take some questions in the meantime and I will help him.
Yes, so we have some questions. The first question is for Copter Piece. The question is, how can drones operate without GPS? Do they work with preloaded maps?
Alone?
Alone?
He's here, just a moment.
Hello, hello.
Oh, we can hear
Hi,
you.
Leo.
Hi, how are you? Sorry, I am not a technical man. Sorry.
Don't worry, the
Okay,
floor is yours.
good. By the way, I want to say that I just get back home from the north and I get a big help from the Mahona Yetsu to get connected. The meeting is in English, Spanish, what?
English.
English. Fantastic. Okay. Good. ISDS is the company that born in 1982 during the visit of Ariel Sharon, Arik Sharon, to Washington and Central America. And the Minister of Defense of Israel, Sibat, get a project to build up an army by the State Department and DOD, Department of Defense, and I was the man who was chosen to do that. Once that we came in 1982 was the end of the Lebanese war, and it was a very problematic time. And these days, when I came inside the business, our business was totally special units of the Americans, including Green Berets, including all these units, Delta, and teaching in Panama, in the Canal, in the School of America, and all the things. Okay, but security became to be very different and complicated. I will not go over all the history, but I will tell you what is the main issues that we have done and what we do today. The strong side of ISDS is the mega international events. And I will just mention some one of them, like Barcelona 92, like Tokyo 2020, who was in 2021 because there was the problem of the corona, and Beijing 2008. I just tell you these things because we deal with the very, very big cities. And this brings me to talk a little bit about a safe city that I understand that is more the area that you deal and not the military. If I am confused, just let me know and stop me now, okay? I will talk about security, not defense, okay? We are very involved in defense. All this area that you see now, Hormuz, all the area of Somalia, Somaliland, was our area that we act, and we were taking out planes and different equipment of the Americans and the European during the war. Okay, about security. When we deal in an international mega event, you are going to cover a city or a country, totally. Like I will give some example, the Olympics in Brazil, 2016. 2016, we were the leaders of 280,000 people, including Army, Navy, Air Force, ABIN, the intelligence side, the Policía Federal, the military police, private companies, and volunteers. And we'll build that with a fantastic technology, 42 companies from Israel, from the biggest drones, UAV, like Eitan. Eitan is the biggest UAV, is 5 tons. And we were providers, we were selling, we were also teaching how to use command control center, how to develop the electronic warfare against every kind of bad guys, like terrorists and like criminals. If I am talking about Brazil, we find them 3 different groups of criminals that they are very big, very, very big, like Comando Vermelho, Comando da Capital. And we were in charge of detecting, and through the federal police, they stopped 11 ISIS who came from Syria and Iraq. That means was a very big part of our work there. But, you know, we are a team worker. Now, these days, I didn't mention, but during the work of this big event, we need to talk about the critical infrastructure. That means oil, gas, nuclear power plants, communications, highways, everything, ports, seaport, transportation, and that. And our market is an international market. We are working now very good, very nice in the Arab countries. And even when the media say a lot of things, many of our systems are working very good, especially in a way from Iran here. And that means we were training them, we were assisting them, and we sold them. Now about safe security. Safe security. We get inside 2 different issues. ISDS was the first company to rent UAV systems. That means all the system for borders and internal issues in the cities. We develop with the foreign and Israeli companies very good system of developing of the areas like are the big forest. That means how to get image in the ground from the top, and a very silent equipment. And we get also some equipment in the UAV and the drones that we get all kind of communications. when people try to communicate, radio, cellulars, all kinds. And after the situation of Venezuela with the Maduro capture from there, was the Mexican activity in Guadalajara, in this area. And today, many of these countries, we sign agreements and contracts because they are strong, very big groups of criminal groups, narco-traffic, that they get a lot of help from the Colombians units of the guerrilla, and by themselves they are very well armed. This is what is going on these days. We are not a manufacturer. We have a manufacturer in Palo Alto, California. We do Kylor, who is the most sophisticated scanner. We can scan metals, explosive, drugs, and other issues, 5 different. And we went inside the artificial intelligence, and we are providers of the DoD, Department of Defense, with the systems of artificial intelligence. And then we mix that with cyber. That means we have the concept, we know what we want to reach, and then we can install in different equipment the artificial intelligence that we want to detect. That means
No, we need to finish soon, so if you
thank
can
you.
wrap it up.
Shukran. Ya habibi, salamat, kwayes. Thank you very much. Enjoy it.
Thank you very much, Leo. So now we are going to move onto a Q&A session with the attendees. We have many questions for the Israeli companies. Well, the first question is for copter pits. Alan, do you hear me? Alon, sorry. Alon? Well, so we have other.
Here he is.
Hi, sorry.
Okay, don't worry. We
Okay,
have a question for you.
What was the question?
The question is, how can drones operate without GPS? Do they work with preloaded maps?
No. We have those solutions as well, but those solutions have a lot of disadvantages because you cannot do it below 100-meter altitude. As sea, desert, they do not operate well. So what we do, we are using Dopplers, like there are 4 Dopplers on the drone, and we are using what we call optic flow plus SLAM, and those radars, it's a Doppler effect. And this solution has a deviation of something like 3% for 1 kilometer. And if we want to have also absolute navigation with no GPS, so we add some visioning. So instead of sample every, I don't know, 10 hertz or 20 hertz, we can sample every 1 minute, every 2 minutes, and correct the deviation. And in that case, we have absolute navigation, depending on the mission and depending on the accuracy that you need. In most cases, the Doppler as a Doppler is enough.
Okay, perfect. Thank you so much, Alon. So we have one question for Alisa. Alisa, do you hear me?
Yes, I hear you.
Okay. The question is, how does Liquid 360 unify disparate systems like LiPR, facial recognition, radar, drones, and fence sensor into a single spatial layer?
So everything that is on the site, cameras, facial recognition, license plate, radar, whatever, plugs into Liquid 360. And we make a digital twin of the entire area, whether it's a city or an airport or a shopping mall. And then when the alerts come, they come in the model, in the digital twin, in their exact location, so that you see the picture, the signal, and the direction in one unified picture. And it's very, very easy to follow. Did that answer completely, or is there a continuation of the question?
Well, they are not able to speak, but maybe in another space you can talk with the
Okay.
people. Okay, great.
I'm happy to demonstrate. If anyone wants to have a lengthy demonstration, I'm happy to meet them on Zoom and show it to them.
Perfect. Thank you so much, Alisa. Now I have a question for Lumana, for Will. The question is, how does Lumana enable the integration and correlation of multiple data sources to generate actionable intelligence, ensuring traceability, auditability, and compliance with legal standards in public sector investigations?
Yeah, that's a great question. What we do is we pull camera feed via two protocols. It's either going to be ONVIF, ONVIF, or RTSP. Well, I spelled that already. So those are the two protocols that we use. And then we pull in this information and run analytics on it. And then really it's going to be dependent on whatever rules and regulations are local to you in terms of compliance. So we can do things like either selectively send out alerts. For example, if it's in the United States, and I know that this is the way that it works in Latin America as well, there's many different authorities in one city. So oftentimes in the United States, a school system doesn't want to let everybody in the police know about what's happening. So if there's a fight on a school campus, oftentimes the school doesn't want the police to know about that. So we won't send alerts to the police. If the school wants us to send an alert, for example, if a gun is drawn, that's a legal requirement and the school must alert the police. So just like that in Latin American cities, I know that there's many different authorities and many different regulations. We can tailor those alerts to respond to the teams that require that information and make sure that that information doesn't get to anybody else. Similarly, in the United States, in our school systems, we have to make sure that there's no facial recognition in some states for children who are on camera. So we blur faces for those customers, and we would do the same things to help you to meet any compliance need that you have as well.
Perfect. Well, thank you so much. And we have here a question. I think it's for ISDS. It's for the monitoring of pipelines. Do you use multispectral cameras or hyperspectral to monitor leaks or methane? Leo?
Leo, can you hear us?
Talk. I hear you.
Yes.
It's okay?
Yes, we can hear you. Did you hear the
Very
question?
Good. Very good. The question was about the pipelines, yes?
Yes, exactly.
Yes. Let's explain some areas like countries like Mexico, Pemex, Petro of Mexico, who have very large pipelines for oil, for gas. And there are now some projects that we are involving pipelines for water in Saudi, from Dammam in the east of Saudi, from the desalination plants. And we work with international companies. The international companies, when they install the systems, and they use different kind of communication systems. We have done very good work on the ground. When we work on the ground, it's not a problem for us because the difference of the temperature is very easy. That means the oil or the gas or the water being inside the tubes is different than the tube outside. The problem in general is when the system is in the sea, in the water, because the water is a kind of mirror, a mirror for our equipment that we use. That means our equipment that is being fly. We fly through UAV or all this equipment. Now we use a lot of drones that is much cheaper, much simple, and we have short areas. The pipeline, if it's oil, have a characteristic, some specific oil, something else, and water, something else, and the sweet naphtha or gasoline is another issue. What is your needs? Which kind of a pipeline do you need to protect or to control or to surveillance? What you need?
Well, they are not able to speak here, but we can contact with the person who asked.
Very good. And something very good is also when you talk about this material, remember the 400 kilowatt system of electricity, because the high power electricity when we work is the same. The cables, they need to run in a public areas that they are 40-meter free, and many in the countries like in India, like in Mexico, like other places, poor people try to get and to live in these areas that they are public. And many of them, they are also using an agriculture in a sugar cane. The sugar cane, they burn the sugar cane, they cut. When they burn, the system of electricity fell down. That means we have all this is a completely package that we can deliver. We deliver with the command control system of the companies, the huge companies, the own companies, the local companies, or the para-state companies, or the private one. In oil, we have about 12 different companies today, and they are all the state company. All they are state company, and it's very easy because then we have the law in our side. That means we don't need to fight to fly and to get permissions. We get all that from the government.
Perfect, Leo. Thank you so much. Well,
Thank you.
we have a lot of questions now, but I think we need to finish the presentation. I would like to say thank you for all. With this, we conclude this webinar on safe and smart cities. We would like to thank all the people who joining us today. Remember that if you are interested in contacting any of the companies, you can do so through the trade officer in your country. Their contact information can be found in the chat of this meeting. So thank you once again, and we wish you all an excellent day. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you. Bye.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Thank you for inviting us.